Best of 3 here, ladies and gentlemen. Loser of this will get another chance in the closed qualifiers. They'll be knocked down to the lower bracket. I believe the winner of this series, right, they only have to go on and win one more best of 3 after this, right, T, to get themselves into Division 2. Yeah.
In Blink, if they are to lose this game, so neither team wants to lose this series. Neither team wants to go into the lower bracket and start the kind of the long run for the one slot.
Preparation is short. Use it wisely.
2 very unpredictable drafts that really rely on execution to get them over the.
Absolutely. And would you say, I mean, compared to game 1, are we going to see as much sort of clashes, or now how's this sort of going to compare to what we saw from both sides lineups in game 1? This best of 3.
Oh, please, it's not about the draft. These teams, they want the clashes.
They want it. Yeah, I can certainly imagine so. From what we've come used to being seeing, not just from the current OG, but of course these players in their previous lineups in the original OG. You know, very much still showing that these players they came here to play Dota. They didn't come here to sit around and AFK. We're getting a lot of action from these lads.
Start the draft. What will be Topson poking at the towers, working with his team. And on Blink, it's just when the techies, so the Tinker gets put. Yeah, there's quite a lot of pressure. Having to skill. Wait. And the tip's already starting. Seb going with the early tip on Teresha. This is only because of the previous game, but to be fair, don't forget, the previous game, Seb was tipping Western, the 4-player team Blink. Now he did the carry player. Maybe it's because of the double slot pick, the drafting style. He's kind of immediately thinking about Team Blink's approach, but I can analyze this later down the line, how Seb approaches the tips 10 to 15.
So much blood.
And so how are we going to see these lanes go down? Obviously, Topson able to take the Pugner this game in response to the Tinker. Do things go decently for the Pugner straight from the laning stage off? This is a lane where Topson will be pretty happy.
Yeah, I think Topson at least he's going to be able to cut the lane, get some early levels. There will be a brief point where some Tinker spam might annoy Topson, but pretty decent regen, 2 points bottle. As soon as he hits 6, I train, he doesn't care about the spam of Tinker, right? So I think it's more on how does Topson apply that early pressure. I think the cool thing with this matchup at least is Tinker normally wants to make some early moves around the map when he hits 6. That's where Topson will start chipping down the tower, and Tinker never wants to lose the tower. That's also the reason for we could potentially see Topson overstep his mark and die mid, so I'll scream at you if I see that happen.
Absolutely, yeah, we don't want to miss first blood set. Professional stream here on the OD Pixel channel. I like, of course, bottom lane, Blink. 2 of them, they did start off with the Quelling Blade, so they have managed to clear out a very nice area. The MSS won't have the benefit of playing around with the trees. I mean, so on the offlane OD build, I imagine, you know, Seb, build-wise, what kind of stuff do you imagine Seb to be picking up? Because I guess overall he's not going to have sort of the same levels of auras that he did when he's playing the Mag like last game. It's going to be quite different.
Blood is on the ground, and we're all ready for war.
Sorry! I was looking at builds and having fun. I was looking at interesting stuff. Not Topson killing Tinker. That's he's won 2 TIs, Owen.
Oh, no.
We expect him to get the kill. What do you mean? Okay, my bad. I actually was tabbed out looking at information.
He had a bit of helping hand. No tail came in, was able to throw a few mines down, and they get that first blood.
That was my job. I failed you. I'm so sorry, everyone. It's because of my old age. I'm just too old to keep up with these, nimble kids. I think Topson's older than me still.
1k gold lead now. That kill in mind. See top lane.
I saw the look in your eye.
I mean, which lane would you say is more volatile out of these two duo lanes that we've got going? Besides,
Probably would be top lane. There's a lot more kill potential. Both lanes. Dawnbreaker, Willow, they actually have kill threat. Same thing with Techies and Bloodseeker. But who kind of steps further down the lane, then throw out your spells, and then get chased down with the right click.
top lane. Jump in from No-Tail. Right, we'll be able to be sidestepped by Anku though. As I'm mid here, Backsaz will have another round of like second. How's Topson doing on the big charges and a fairy fire? We'll get pushed back here around this 4-minute water rune spawn. Top lane, Anku. They're going to line up the combo onto No-Tail, and that will get the job done. They take him out, same time down bottom. You'll see the death of MSS. So both supports being taken out across the map. No one gets the chance to take out Anku in return, though, as heroes from Blink start to fall low across the map.
But if you back at mid, Topson gets the water rune, he gets to up. As soon as he hits level 6, that's when he's going to be able to kind of just change up this lane. The Tinker Spam does nothing to him. No-Tail dies top. Draw doesn't really matter. No one gets a kill. TP back to mid, kills Topson's bottle. And look at this tower in mid lane. This is the key thing. This is why they picked the Pugner. Tinker hates losing his tower early. It's already third damage, getting chipped down.
No-Tail. To just make sure that it's not too easy for anyone to head over and help Backsaz out against this consistent pressure that Topson's putting on this lane.
Oh, look at No-Tail. He's being proper cheeky here. You gonna go for it?
He's going. Oh, he's thinking about it.
Oh, he's thinking. Oh.
He might think about going for Backsaz instead. Underneath the tower here. Probably able to connect with the mine. MSS has turned up with 2 supports. They'll definitely take this kill. Backsaz not a chance. SMN will continue on the TP in. He's on his own. See if he can take anyone out. I don't think he can. No-Tail's going to be fine healing up. As OG, they'll be able to take out the 2 of them with that play around mid tower.
Incredibly aggressive. They're just utilizing this Pugner pressure, and when you bring the supports in, Tink can't do anything about the early fight. Like, this is why OG was banning out Beastmaster's Lycans, heroes that dictate the early pace of the game. Because with these heroes, you can't free up your supports to make these plays. And it's the vision that they have as well. They had top jungle warded, bottom jungle warded, Team Blink just de-warded here. You just saw Dark Willow doing that. But the fact that OG, because of how the draft went, don't care about Dawn farm, don't care about Slark farming bottom because Odie's. They're just going to constantly just run heroes at mid lane and just keep taking the fight to them. Yeah, look at MSS, level 2, but still playing like he's, level 6. He doesn't care. He's just going to stay here, posture, and help out. And Slark bot lane, about to die. There we go. Easy. Oh, and another that's from the set. Oh, 2. Yep.
Around mid. Weston's trying to control MSS. Topson, he's going to be able to provide a bit of a heal, make sure that MSS... Oh, okay, it wasn't enough heal. He tried his best there, Topson, to heal him up, but the burst from Backsaz still enough to take him down. Topson, not quite enough damage, even with the life drain to finish off the Dark Willow kill. No-Tail was coming across to see if he could find a snipe, but it's a smart TP back to base there. Weston doesn't leave it up for any sort of risk around that tower. Topson, though, Backsaz down incredibly low, and low enough for No-Tail to get the snipe on him instead. They'll take out the Tinker mid once again. Bottom. Yeah, he just drops down the hammer, Seb. We'll see the heal coming in, and Seb will go down as Anku's able to provide that backup that Overkill needs to make sure that as a team, Blink, they'll clean up the 2 kills in return and get a couple of permanent essence shift stacks for Overkill Slark.
Okay, oh, and just flick to the network for a second, boss.
There's a lot of money on Topson.
That is a lot of money.
They want to do something about it, but he's got the backup of No-Tail. No-Tail's done an excellent job of just enabling Topson's plays, aggressive plays around this mid lane. And he's going to try with the chase down. And they will get him. It's a big kill there. Finally being able to take Topson off the map. He's been having an incredibly free time around the mid lane. Anku able to finally shut him down.
Massive kill. Already a 4K lead. Mid tower gone. Old G, they already have the levels. You know, No-Tail level 5, MSS. Sure, he's level 3, but he can now set mid. I wouldn't be surprised if Topson's alive. His TP will be joining the... Maybe looking towards opening up this top bottom tower, kind of sweeping through the map. But okay, he actually goes back to mid. This was kind of the part where Pugna players, they can just super volatile and like just go tower to tower, but instead opting for a bit of farm. Is he now going to walk bottom? I don't know. But basically, this is now the point where Team Blink can't really join the fights. They don't really have much. They're basically like this lineup. It's like a 15-minute lineup. Get maybe exit lane 10 minutes. As soon as Tink has Blink, you fight.
I'm looking as well. Topson. Oh, he knew exactly where Bucharest was going to be TPing out to. Makes that move over towards that tier 2 position, knowing that as a Tinker he wants to clear that wave out, and they immediately strike there. Some good foresight there from Topson.
Yeah, 100%. I guess that's the thing where it's like going for bot towers like obviously, but boom mid sneaks up, kind of hide in the tree, kill Tinker, continues to force him. Okay, in fact, he's just not going to leave mid lane. Like no one's pretty low, but look at him. He's just not. Mid tier 2 is already half HP. Mid at 9.
See bottom. No-Tail's trying to come in for the kill, but heals coming in from Anku. As Blink will manage to take him down. See if they can chase out MSS as well here.
Run, little MSS. Okay, he gets the courier.
Easy courier. He'll take that on the way out. But overall, overkill the real winner here. You know, 9 minutes in early in the game, he's already managed to pick up 5 stacks of the Essence shift. See in the mid, Wesson trying to hold on the defense here against Topson, and he's only just gone and done it. So Topson, whilst he got a bit of damage done to the tier 2 tower, Wesson, he's able to get a solo kill on him.
All right, let's rephrase that. A bit of damage? Look at this tier 2. It's just about to hit minute 10.
It's true. You think that's one of those situations where you're saying, well, you don't mind if you're dying there. Topson's like, well, you know, whatever. I literally did 2,200 damage to your tier 2 tower.
If he had player cams right now, he would have the biggest grin on his face right now. He'd be
oh yeah, he always does, yeah.
Like, this is just annoying. Like, I think I've seen this a couple of times, like a couple of years back when Pugna was a little bit more prevalent. It's just this idea that they win mid so easily, they just beeline it down mid lane. And like, you rarely see that because like the meta of Dota now is like, take mid tower, move bot, play the jungle.
Good play from Anku and Wesson. They knew,
smiling. Yeah.
I was gonna, they knew that Topson was going to be going straight back to that tower. You know this tier 2's at 300 HP as the Pugna, and as Topson, he wants to finish that off. But Anku and Wesson make sure that he gets no sort of a chance as they slam him down as soon as he steps back up onto Blink's half of the map.
Fun to just watch the randomness. You know? It's like, but yeah, fair play from Blink. The fact that Anku stays around looks for the kill, and I'm trying to scout around the heroes, and I guess maybe the Blink from the Tinker. About 700 gold away. That's going to be the first item time you can Blink to play around. Because if you look at, let's say, like the Dawnbreaker, you got Echo Saber in his quick fight. Same thing for Slark, going for Echo Saber. Your position 1 and 3 both buying Echo Saber isn't going to give you this grand entry. You're playing against Overgrowth, Living Armor of Tree, OD in prison, decrep and Pugna. Like, right clicking isn't your friend in these fights. Because there's a lot of pressure on Tinker. One, to fight Blink Dagger, but also to somehow get to level 12 to reduce that rearm time so you can enter these fights.
Solid response on the bottom lane from Blink. MSS and Seth, they tried to poke. But the 2 TPs come in. Wesson's able to turn around the double kill. No one does take the 2 kills in return himself. Meanwhile, whilst that action was going on, back over mid, guess who was trying to walk down it again? It was Topson. And once again, he does die. Again, Anku just making sure that Topson, he's not going to get to quite finish off that tier 2 tower at this moment in time.
Actually, the reason that he's doing running down mid in pubs. Topson's doing it in a pro game, and this is why players, they do it in their games, but they do it a little bit differently. Topson, he has an objective in mind, taking the tier 2. Unfortunately, he's not finding the success yet, but please guys, don't replicate Topson's play. Don't run down mid unless you're probably trying to take a tower.
Yeah, he's going to look elsewhere on the map now, Topson. He's like, all right, we'll go for the tier 1s. We'll get the tier 1s instead. Tier 1s they should certainly get. It's not going to be easy for Blink to pull together a defense against this sort of spam. They're not going to have Backsaz TP in to start to lay down the rockets to at least deter OG a little bit. So as you can see, this tower falling very, very quickly to the consistent blast. SMN does have global if they want to try something. Further TP's coming in there. They are going to try and put together a fight. I mean, already at the side, the spam from Backsaz, it's killed off No Tower. And Kuz, they're going to look to get on top of Seb. Seb able to hold back the Dawnbreaker with the Astral. Topson poking in from the side. A solid life drain, bringing the Dawnbreaker down low. They can still continue to fight this because MSS and no one trying to find a rupture target. They'll find it. Anku, no chance for him. Maybe more casualties here for Blink. Wesson is toying around with the threat of the fear if OG do continue to chase.
They see. That was so close. So Tinker, he was inside the grasp. He then got his Blink countered by the Never Ward. And MSS was kind of posturing like, guys, maybe I go for it. But I think they were just respecting the potential terrorize behind it, the global as well. Engaging there. Constant objective pressure from. I think they just maybe they can try and find an entry now. Getting a free kill into techies. Gonna help out a little bit.
Will be a free kill for Topson in return.
Thing with the like OG's lineup, they're very good at early game fighting / kind of objective pressure. But if Blink get to items where Slark's got an Ags jumping in and out of fights, Tinker's around, even goes to like a BKB Shivas, goes super. That's where OG might suffer a little bit. I think there's a lot of emphasis right now on OG to be very clinical with how they approach at this early point in the game. And of course, Bloodseeker being 8.4 net worth uncontested once again. No one. That will help out. Another freebie.
Yeah, Topson getting some revenge here against these pesky supports that having issues earlier with those TP responses to mid. Getting them off one by one. 7 kills now built up on the Pugna. Now, getting close to another tier 2 tower. SMN is going to start to try and scare Topson off with the presence of Backsaz. It will certainly work for now, unless MSS is able to find some sort of setup. He's playing around in the trees, does have that ultimate ready to go, but the scan's there from Blink, so they know that MSS is hiding in this area, trying to look for that sort of play. So Backsaz won't get caught out for now.
Mentioned OG and how they like to play. They always like to sync up big item timings, and Deb's about to his Aghanim Scepter. He's been able to free farm top lane for quite some time. No Tao's now free farming mid lane to help to get him the correct shard. He's going to get that quite soon. And no one's about to play BKB, so distribute to the farm quite nicely. So once again, around 17-18 minutes, they're going to all have quite a key item to give them a bit more kind of momentum fight. So Blink need to be a bit aware that OG are going to be hitting quite a strong timing once again, but kill-wise, they've done a really good job at kind of stemming the bleeding a little bit.
And they are getting away with playing pretty split up here, OG. And Topson have stayed in this bottom area in their jungle for the last few minutes. Will finally get chased out. Overkill trying to see if he can close this distance on the Pugna. As it is, Topson just a bit too speedy. So he got away with a lot of time down in that area of the map, and also knows when to call it quits and get out of there before Blink's able to catch him.
Topson's got 450 move speed with Tranquils. He's got meaning they're gonna have a Glimmer Cape. Like, he's got high move speed, low cooldown spells. Soon gonna be like able to go invisible and kite out some of this magic damage and spam from Tinker's Willow. Like, yeah, Topson is really annoying. That's the TLDR on this one. Yeah, OG should be grouping up now. Now they kind of, each of their heroes has a key item, presenting themselves in the early fights. And Tinker, luckily for their Team Blink, has just hit level 12. That is kind of like a key early game timing.
Look at the a quick kill onto No-Tail. See if OG can turn this around. MSS thinks about dropping the ult, but a little too far to the side of it. No one's going to commit him with a BKB. First of all, he's going to go to Dawnbreaker. That setup here, no one trying to get rid of the squishier supports first as he focuses SMN, and now with that setup we'll be able to turn back round and look towards Tinker, but the backup's in. Anku with the buyback heal jumps across with the ult. Tinker will still go down. Anku able to make sure that no one pays for this play with his life. Back in the river, overkill, sniped by No-Tail. Same to be said for Wesson. So whilst he was able to commit in and chase out Seb, he will die for that one there on the slide, because No-Tail gets a very tasty cleanup and now can go back over towards the mid. Give a bit of safety to Thompson. He's back for the tier 2. It's finally gone. 18 minutes in. Still a solid timing to take these tier 2 towers down. Maybe even the chance for some kills on top of it. The life drain's there. Anku tries to valiantly come in to try and stop Thompson from killing SMN. But it's unfortunately in vain for him as they both die. Thompson survives.
Please press enter. We have a development on the tip warfare. It has succeeded. Seb after 3 tips. Hands 4 slug to all chat. Seb hater. No, go down. There you go, right there. Seb hater, smiley. Seb has got to slug. Anyway, Thompson is potentially dying in the mid lane. No.
He's chilling. He's chilling. He's got a load of money as well. He's probably considering his options. I mean, does he really need a glimmer, or can he get himself something a bit more fun? You know, maybe time to kill that Dagon.
Oh, okay. I like how you're talking. I remember the plays, the good old days. Never ward blocking the movement. Quick decrypt Dagon. Yeah, he might go glimmer. Maybe he's negotiating with the team right now. Like, I buy Dagon, you give me div 2. Oh no, he's going to go Ags instead.
And it works as well. He's going to have a solid time on that. I mean, both him and No One incredibly farmed. Both top 2 net worth. Thompson, can he continue to get away with playing this close to Blink? Blink, they've got the 4 of them looking towards him. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness, that poor old slug. He didn't stand a chance. Thompson just blows him up. And now, you know, Blink, they've got to come in with a backup plan because they've just lost their carry. Anku not able to get out in time as well. Thompson Pugner.
No-Tail Techie's honestly just vibing right now in this game. Like, we've not really mentioned him too much, but he had to clean up in mid lane. He's the clean up here. Of course, it combos really nicely with the Techies, right? Like, all of his spells providing magic damage, so anyone decrep is going to do even more damage. He's level 12. No-Tail's the same level as Seb. The last, like, 8 or so minutes, Seb and No-Tail have been farming 2 different lanes. Dying up by no lonesome, right? But the entire time it's also just been dying. Everyone else has just been reaping the rewards of it. Like, this is one of those things that's like, if you look at the score at the end of the game, like 11-5, the 5 deaths, like, what's happening in mid, you know? But it's like, those deaths, I'm not just saying it for like obvious sake, like, it has kind of just opened up the rest of his team just to have a really enjoyable game of farm. While still fighting, of course.
Baxaz needing that agonies before he's going to really be able to step up to these fights and have a potential of scaring OG's advances, because OG 9k lead, they're not slowing down here at all.
Dyer's bottom tower.
Okay. Well, that's an easy kill there for Baxaz. I guess no one didn't think that he would be able to jump in and burst him like that. I think he didn't think he'd quite have the damage. Of course, I had a BKB, but didn't want to use it. And he gets caught up by surprise there. Bottom lane, Thompson. He's also in a bit of trouble. Or maybe not. Seb, in with the Astral, provides him that bit of safety. Overkill trying to get him from the side, but the second Astral will be used to hold him back. Thompson still goes down though. Overkill this time, able to get the Shadow Dance off. They'll use the Global to enable Blink to continue to dive in underneath the tier 1 as a team. Seb be able to protect himself for now with a follow-up Astral. get away from them, though. Overkill. He's certainly going to be more than happy to continue staying on target. Overgrowth from MSS trying to hold them back, but he'll get caught by the root himself from Wesson. As they'll dive under the tower, and Blink, they end up pretty much getting a team fight plus more. No one's back in the game, but they're already the TP out, so there he's very, very speedy, but he's got not quite enough damage to get anyone on the way out of this. So Blink very much showing signs of life there as a team, giving us a bit of a sort of a callback to what they were being able to pull off in game one, where they find themselves in these situations where, or at least being given these windows of opportunity to just take these fights in return and take down everybody on OG.
And again, it's because of Backsaz, right? Like, he finds this kill top, he's got a couple rocket spams, no one's like, it's just rocket spam, quick blink in, laser rocket gets the kill. And then the instant aggression bot lane, they know the Bloodseeker's dead, they have numbers advantage. That was the, some people really love Tinker, some people really hate Tinker. And bot fight, that's where you're really gonna see them in chat, right? They're either going Pog or I fucking hate this hero, because he goes top, kills, comes bottom, spams everyone out, kills everyone. And again, we mentioned already, OG's lineup, they don't like the bigger fights where Slark's jumping in and out, Tinker's spamming. They want to commit to a hero and find the kill, right? They want to fight around their vision, fight around the objectives, so that they can kind of utilize that as their sixth man in the roster. But it's, yeah, they got to respect this Tinker. About to hit level 18. 18 is such a big window, and he is rushing the BKB to completely nullify the Pugner and what he can provide with the Neville Ward.
Is under attack.
This game has just got very interesting.
Yeah, absolutely,
very interesting.
It is. We had a pretty interesting game one. It was a lot of entertaining chaos coming out from both sides. And whilst this game too definitely was off to a more solid start overall from OG, those last few moments showing that there could still be some stuff that Blink's going to be able to pull out as top lane. Backsaz able to TP away. And nothing that they can do to stop his escape. Soon they will have the answers. Of course, no one very close to having the basher done. And then it won't be as easy for Backsaz to get away with those sort of plays.
Big update, very big update. I've just been informed that the mid laner for Team Blink that we've been mispronouncing for the last 2 hours or so is potentially meant to be pronounced Bahar or Bakar.
Okay.
So let's go with that one.
Bakar. I like Bakar.
Bakar. Let's go with Bakar. There you go, Bakar.
What we got mid? Bakar is here. Have the overgrowth, and Bakar first in MSS down low. Not enough heals that Thompson can provide there to keep his support alive. MSS goes down, and Blink, as a team, they'll finally be able to get themselves some damage done onto OG's tier one in the mid lane here with the push.
Yeah, Tinker being level 18, super bullets now to BKB. This is where the Tinker players thrive. They dip in and out of the fight. Slark has Agnons. All of the concerns for Team Blink and their early ability to fight are completely gone. The game has now got to the point where if they find the engagements how they want to, they're going to be able to just rip OG apart.
So you hear them trying to get the catch onto Thompson. Jumping on the back lines, defensive Astral being thrown up by Seb, trying to keep Thompson safe. No Tail will end up dying. Thompson's able to turn and actually burst through overkill. He's able to stand his ground a little bit too against Anchor. In fact, he's able to just take the kill entirely. As Thompson will live this time round. They're not taking Thompson down. Ultra kill for Thompson. As that couldn't have gone any worse there, unfortunately, for Blink.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Just to make sure people understand, I did say if. There was a very big emphasis on if Blink find the entry. They didn't, because the OD, Seb, he just sits back, throws up an imprison, and then the fights change. Blink, like, if they want to take these big fights, it's hard for them if, like Willow jumps in, she gets 100 to 0. Slark jumps into the middle of the fight. He needs to like go into the fight, then disengage, and then as soon as OD's like used and imprisoned, then you can like wrap around and look for the fight. So Blink, they had all the tools to have a really commanding fight, but unfortunately for them, they just fully committed 100 to 0. And when you do that playstyle, 100 to 0 against an OD, one imprison, your game plan is completely ruined. So I think Blink, they have the tools, they just need to play that OG. They have so many defensive capabilities. bigger team.
Absolutely, yeah. These Astrals being thrown out left, right, and centre, making things very complicated for Blink.
I guess the what would help if Tinker picks up the BKB, he's going to be able to start like blinking closer to the engagement, getting a little bit kind of more into the meat of it, which will help out in slot once he picks up his BKBs. The other option for Blink as well is stall out the game a little bit, get the big defensive items, and then look for it. As you see, OG already knocking the door on the tier 3s mid and top. They're not going to give this window of farm opportunity.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I love Dota so much.
Its middle tower is under
Top tower slowly falling. Well, not really that slowly at all. Actually, quite fast here, of course, to the damage of Thompson.
And the tech as well. Throws down the proximity blade. Non-committal chip damage going towards the base.
So multiple TPs here to try and look towards the Dawnbreaker, but Anku is actually going to be the one to make the move across the map first. Comes across with the ultimate, allows them to be able to take down MSS. Will result in his death though.
Lock out.
Yeah, Overkill's got to be so cautious when he gets anywhere close to Thompson. So much burst damage being thrown out. And indeed at a stage of the game where that BKB isn't quite there. Still very much having to respect this Pugnut. OG will remain as a team right outside the base of Blink. Tier 3 tower. Last away from going down.
Its top tower is no more. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Really need that BKB on slot.
Under attack.
700 gold and he'll have it. Very close to being there.
Just find the BKB alone won't just by Thompson. Hold up.
I mean, I'm going to try and come in and burst through Thompson, and some time being brought there with the Astral, but Thompson's incredibly low on HP. No chance of escape as the Astral comes to an end, and now Blink, they can turn to look for more. Straight on a Seb, sweeping over towards No Tail, and that's the gem hitting the deck as Blink. They'll strike fast and they'll strike hard there.
They don't see the gem, Owen. The courier.
Someone ping. Oh wait, was that?
That was No Tail.
pinging it.
Look at No Tail's
right,
to the right side. It's coming in. Courier warfare. Oh, No Tail. Swooping in.
He's going to be able to recover it. You're right.
SMN. He sees it.
Dire's bottom tower
No, he
is
needs a couple of hits.
killing spree.
He's not going to be able to get it. Meanwhile, back over at the Roche pit.
Happening.
We'll see the buyback come out from No Tail here, as no one was able to actually take out the Slark. With this buyback, OG just making sure that there's no chance for Blink to go into the Roshan pit themselves. Blink will smoke though. They'll see if they can strike and catch these three members of OG while Seb and Thompson are still out of the game for a little bit of time. See if Weston can find the catch. Sentry's down. They found the target. And the setup onto MSS. No good save for now by the Astral. Seb back in play just in time to keep MSS safe. And we'll be able to keep him safe enough to walk away from this. So Blink's fast move there into the jungle of OG won't warrant them a kill this time.
I do apologize for missing the Slark kill due to my excitement over the couriers. Yeah, again for Blink. Running around the match. Oh god. Oh, what? Tinker?
He was trying to get the wave clear bottom, but no one able to lay down the rupture. Get on top of him with this basher. And of course, at this stage, nothing really that Bakar can do to play his way out of that sort of situation. Back to the Roshan pit, the rest of OG, they head in. See Blink trying to group back together as four.
They're trying to cut off the Bloodseeker before he gets to the rest of his team. No, he doesn't have BKB.
10 seconds on cooldown still. Doesn't look like it's going to phase no one though, as he's actually going to go in aggressively with the move over towards Anku. But the root's out, the fear as well. No one's in trouble. Curves down upon him, the lasers there, they burst out. The Bloodseeker, that's no one dead. Of course, during that time of the fight was going on mid, the rest of OG were able to finish off Roshan, so Thompson's still able to claim the Aegis. So no one dies, but obviously quite an expensive play there from Bakar, because that was his buyback use. So if Bakar goes down again in the next few minutes, there's going to be quite the large window for OG to push in without the threat of the Tinker high ground defense. So they're going to have to be careful in these next moments, Blink.
And I kind of expect that window of opportunity to arise because as no one just died, he picked up his Abyssal Blade. He has the blink. Doesn't need to enter the fight first. Thompson's the one who's initiating fights through chipping at the towers. The tree and invis, no one, ready to find that quick blink jump on Tinker when he jumps in. Like, this BKB does nothing now. I think OG are going to be super happy with what happened. Thompson with the Aegis, Abyssal, what's it? Seb's even got the Lotus Orb as well. Like, they are very much kitted out to bait Blink into a fight where this Tinker no buyback could be the undoing of.
Any seconds to try and fight whilst no one's out of the game. I'll go for the quick one. Yeah, we'll have to commit with the 2 pounces. Seb not quite able to get the Astral off in time to save No Tail. That's the gem hitting the deck. It's an aggressive move from Anku straight over towards Thompson. Thompson having to put the BKB to reset out to the side. Global Silence coming out after the BKB, slowing down Thompson's opportunity to turn with the spells. Close to the tier 2. Overkill continues to dive in and pick off the second support. MSS and No Tail to fall. And did they manage to get the gem themselves? They got the gem out.
No Tail's doing a really good job using his courier.
Again.
So every time he's playing aggressively, his courier is behind him on the map because he doesn't really need items at this point in the game. So he just keeps the courier in proximity, dies, instantly sends it in, picks it up, and takes it back away. So No Tail keeping his gem alive after multiple deaths. Team Blink, there you might find Thompson for free here. Yeah, they do.
Can they find him again? Seb around to help out, but it is just the two of them. They are going to get heavily outnumbered. As Thompson and Seb, they look to be in a whole world of trouble unless no one could do something pretty insane to turn this around. Thompson's able to get the BKB off, turn for the life drain, he's healing up, but the physical damage from Anku still kills Thompson off. Bakar has been found in return. Overkill, no Shadow Dance to rely on as he attempts to stand his ground against no one, but no one. He's hitting hard and he's hitting fast in. Looking over towards Anku. And he's going to consider continuing to chase this down as he's getting low himself, but not low enough to deter him from backing off from a kill like that. No one continues to chase out with No Tail, get the kill and get the cleanup. There's everybody dead on Blink. No one Bloodseeker once again proving to be that factor in these skirmishes that, you know, once he sort of gets the momentum, it's very hard to stop this man.
If you don't 100 to 0 him, he's going to be able to dip in and out of the fight and see with his skill build, right? Or not skill, his itemization. He's got the Blink, Abyssal, Mjolnir, like, plenty of attack speed, able to bash through the BKB, lock down the Tinker, also just close the gap. Like, he's itemized beautifully in both games, he's playing really well. Also for Thompson, Thompson's being very cheeky, right? But also, I think he utilizes the Aegis really well. So he baits the enemy to go on him. They eventually kill him off. Then after Aegis, his BKB's on cooldown. As it's about to get off cooldown, he's like 300-400 HP. Pops it, keeps himself alive just long enough that the fight gets sloppy. And with a sloppy fight and this Bloodseeker who's just popping off, it's, yeah, easy for no one to run around and get these kills. Oh no, no one. Okay, you've got BKB. Should be fine.
Wants to try and fight with a BKB. Swords chasing Wesson. Now sort of caught the rest of OG to getting pretty close to the tier 3 tower. And that's going to give the chance for Blink to turn this around. They take down Seb. OG with a BKB from no one on cooldown. They're going to consider twice if they can really stick around for this fight. MSS also to die. I think OG's got to run. Thompson and no one. They'll escape this place, but still, OG losing 2 heroes there off the back of an unsuccessful attempt to the high ground of Blink. Blink will defend.
I guess the high ground is Blink's savior right now. Every time OG come close to it, it gives this like free initiation tool for Blink to find the entry. Yeah, Seb unfortunately a little bit too close and wasn't really able to get the saves off, gets jumped up. And when you're on mode retreat with OG's lineup, it is obviously quite difficult. They're a team that wants to be forward thinking, saving from the fog, but as soon as they're all in vision, it does give Blink just free entry to jump in and out and find the kills. They still show that they have what it takes in them to win a fight, but it's still so difficult that the only time that they can fight is when OG are either too comfortable or overextended, rather than it being like this perfect 5-on-5. They need to find that that opportunity to set up an engagement on their terms. As they cross the river, they're trying to achieve that now.
Yeah, overkill. Seeing if he spots anyone heading into the jungle, but in fact, it's going to be no one trying to jump in first. Backup coming in from Anku. Overkill turns his attention over towards No-Tail instead. We'll find it. That's No-Tail gone. Now with the BKBs, both carriers continue to try and commit onto one another. Rupture was thrown down onto Overkill, so for now he'll stand his ground. MSS continues to help him with that as he locks him down with the Overgrowth. Now with the Rupture coming to an end, Overkill's ready to get back in business. Straight over towards Thompson, he'll look to go, but the BKB's out, as well as the self-floaters. Thompson stands his ground, quickly up into the air to avoid that last hit from the Starbreaker of Anku, as Anku will die close to the base of OG. Overkill. Let's go again. Shadow Dance is back up. Connection with the pounce onto MSS. Astral once more from Seb. Having some issues now with the Shadow Dance. Overkill continuing to try his best to dive in around these tier 2 tower mid. MSS continues to keep the GM in the safe hands of OG's side.
I had this back at Dark Reef.
Overkill, he'll up for the reset. Back to base. Get that mana back up. OG able to make sure that nobody else gets caught out by the Slark's aggression over on OG's half of the map.
The fact that they're able to be so kind of aggressive there. They got deep into the jungle, high ground vision. They had Anku just super far on the right hand side. He's only out 3 heroes. Meanwhile, they're able to isolate the Bloodseeker and get the damage off there. I think that's how Blink wants to take this fight. They rip OG apart.
I mean, No-Tail is by heading down the lane, but it didn't seem to catch on to the fact that Overkill was right there, despite the gem being in No-Tail's hands. Now Overkill's going to be able to take the gem back into his. And with the jump over towards the jungle, they're ready to try and just force OG out of this side of the map. BKB committed as Overkill stays on top of the target. Seb, more self-protection with the Astral being provided, but the numbers from Blink are here. Anku's got the ult ready to jump over and continue to enable this Slark as Overkill takes out Seb. Thompson tries to run with the BKB. A final hit there from Anku will cause the death of him, as well as Blink will effectively manage to team wipe OG.
They are doing an incredible job and now playing around the vision. Look at the top side. Look at the vision that they have there. This is what's enabling them in that fight. And then in the bottom side of the map, again, another high ground war. The last 2 engagements of Blink have just been in all their vision, seeing everyone, picking off the heroes, getting the Slark in, getting the Dawnbreaker in, not allowing them to be like under 5. So yeah, it took Team Blink a little bit of time to get into this game, but they now kind of found their way in how they want to take the fight. They found their understanding on how they want to isolate heroes, and if they can be consistent now, this is where they can start choking out OG for the map. Because OG doesn't really progress on the map that effect. They need to be together. So that's where with the Tinker, with the Slark, the speed that they move around. This could be the turning point in the game now. They now have a 5k lead. Roshan's alive. OG no partner for 33 seconds. Yeah, that was to contest this.
I think so. I don't think OG's going to be able to do anything to stop this Roshan going down. As Blink seems to have this Roshan under control. Was Overkill having a very nice game. 23 permanent essence shift stats at 40 minutes, and he's going to be feeling very good about that. And yeah, this Roshan's theirs. And that is the Aghanims and the Cheese. Who's going to be taking the Axe? Looks to be SMN.
Any last words? I mean, if he clips that onto an OD who doesn't have Lotus or the tree, just get some vision going. Pretty effective. Yeah,
it makes sense. I mean, I would have maybe expected the temptation to be there for Weston to have it, but I guess Weston's chilling with a Wind Waker. He has got. He could maybe have done some damage with the old Axe, but yeah, we'll see SMN get to take it into play. It's definitely going to be annoying, especially at this point of the game where, of course, much all BKBs are down to their lowest duration. So chances are the fights are going to last longer than the BKB, and then the Silencer, if he's still alive, his curses, extra AoE is just definitely going to be quite annoying.
Again, it's got to the point in the game where we get our, typical pauses. I'm just happy for Blink that they were able to get their draft to the point that they can take the fight to OG. they take the fights, they keep scrapping, they keep going, and if they get to the item timing that covers the weakness, they're gonna be able to rip through old. That was the kind of the big thing. You look at the early game, OG's super powerful. They have all the pacing, all the damage, all the control, and Blink rely on so many items to come. Now we've got to that point where they have the items, they have the net worth advantage now, they have also the ability to smoke, they have the defense, like they got everything they need. So it's like kind of game one. OG, they're super good early game. They make a couple over aggressive moments. This time, Blink, I feel like they can really capitalize on it. Like they've got like a small throw that OG made. Like it's big enough one where Blink can just control the entire game now. But they have to respect that if they cross the river, if they look for these fights, they go into high ground. If they don't play this perfect team fight, there is still going to be the OD in prison. Still going to be that decrep. There's going to be so many things to prevent them just 100-0ing heroes if they're not just perfect with their no, it's so cool to see Team Blink just find these opportunities. I mean, it's also a Tinker, so there's inevitable, right?
See if Blink can find another opportunity here. There's the jump. Straight line towards Thompson. Thompson will be able to get the Yules off in time. He's up in the air. BKB able to remove that global silence, but still Anku just punching into him. Thompson taken out of the game and now diving in for more. No one will try and maintain his position on top of the Tinker, but back to Bakar. Is he able to step away? He's going to be fine for now. Underneath the tower. The first SMN low, but I believe that was what the Cheese was able to get off. Got him back on the full HP. That's actually going to allow Cement to walk out alive. He'll live. Anku will die. But the buybacks there having to come out from OG. Seb, buybacks TPs over towards the tier 2. Still plenty of mana for Picard to play with this constant spam of the lasers and the rockets, causing many, many issues for OG. MSS dying underneath his own trees in around the tier 2 tower. A third buyback coming in from OG, but that's no one out for 100 seconds. This Slug still more than happy to keep fighting as the Aegis is in his hands. Dives forward, overkill over towards MSS, and another force Astral to hold back. The Slug will allow MSS to get back out of it. Seven, the team, they've got to back away. They've committed 3 buybacks for this fight. They cannot afford to lose anyone else there, as no one's out for 80s. Thompson, a dieback from him, as he's gone for nearly 100 seconds. And off the back of that fight, you know, what did Blink lose? Nothing really. A dieback on Anku, that was it. They didn't even lose the Aegis on Slark.
That's a dieback that doesn't even matter really, because the Dawnbreaker tying herself into the middle of the fight. As soon as OD shows, she's just thinking on amount of control coming out from Anku. On top of that, the Slark jumping in and out. Tinker, it's near impossible. With OG's heroes now at this stage of the game, it is near impossible for them to actually isolate Tinker at 100-0. Even if MSS hits his own throw, he did actually hit in that fight, but he was close. I don't know, I'm so scared now for OG and their ability to actually kill off Team Blink. They really need Blink to just incredibly overextend, or maybe utilize the fact that Dawnbreaker doesn't have buyback now, and no one, he's gonna have buyback soon based on economy. He's like 200 gold away, so that could be like the point where you kill off Dawnbreaker with a quick pick. You then still have buyback advantage. You sweep through the map to find Blink. This will be a really difficult game now for OG to come back into. This is Team Blink should, with confidence, be able to sweep through and dictate the entire, you know, rest of this game.
Oh yeah, they showed some definite signs of life in game 1, and coming into this game 2 against OG, Blink in the driver's seat. 21k lead, 44 minutes. Incredibly terrifying amount of farm on over their main cores. This is your Slark and Tinker very much getting into sort of the out of control territory. The plan is here from OG.
Yeah, hugging the base. It's like throw down the techies' mines, fortify the base. Like we can't really fight open territory right now. We don't have vision advantage. We don't have anything. Let's just let's make our base really obnoxious to see.
For enemies.
Aegis expiring in 30 seconds on slot. I guess the thing as well is, yeah, popping out, like, because Thompson has a BKB, he can't then defend himself. Oh, no doubt.
See if OG's going to be able to retreat from this. And then they'll be able to stand their ground. They're going to try it. Haven't managed to get on top of him, but there we go with the Depth Shroud. Overkill, giving that chance for Picard to be safe. And now the BKB's coming to an end. OG, they're vulnerable. MSS is a big hole into a Sanity's Eclipse. And that might just do it, in fact. The combo there between the two of them, MSS and Seb, they're going to keep this fight in a good position for the team. As Anku's the last man left alive and heavily outnumbered, he won't be left alive for long. Also dies as MSS and Seb pretty much just between the two of them able to turn that fight around in a game where Blink, they were getting dangerously far ahead of them.
They're on the Slark right now. That is going to pretty much unpack the entire fight. He has BKB available, but he just got 100 to 0. Like, I didn't expect Team Blink to present this opportunity, but OG, underneath their vision, they find this incredible 4-man overgrowth into then Sanity's Eclipse blows up pretty much everyone.
Wait.
Damn. What are you looking at, boss?
I mean, that's a glitch, right? Okay. On the fight recap, yeah. It says that MSS, No One, Seb, and Thompson all did the exact same amount of damage.
I mean, they're in sync. That's what you expect from OG.
That's got to be. There's no way. There's no way.
I guess it's a bug.
I don't look at the fight recap too much, so maybe there's, but there's no way they did the exact same damage.
The perfect amount of,
the chances of that, nuts.
But if it happens, it's a first. It could be, but I expect it to be a bug. But how did they find that fight? Like, what? They just got 2 reps. 20k gold. Like, what?
That fight was insane. It felt like it just came out of nowhere. There's overgrowth Sanities and suddenly they're all dying. And OG, they've just managed to completely slam down that 20k lead that Blink had against them moments ago.
I feel like as well, the other thing, we haven't really seen Seb drop these Sanity's Eclipses that are like, damn, look at the damage, you know? It's been more like a deterrent to one hero that jumps in. Like, we've not seen the 3-4-man big explosive damage, and that was it. Team Blink, what are you doing to us? You had this opportunity. You found this incredible comeback. You got a 20k lead and then one MSS overgrowth later and a Seb. Damn it, okay. I was so ready for a game 3. I want this to go to a game 3 because these games are just fun. They're back and forth, they're running, but I guess OG, even though they're old, they're not going to back down.
Very, very well played that last fight. And see, Blink try and bring another fight towards them, but all ults are available again for OG. Refresher orbs ready to press again for No One. See if Blink can get back to finding fights as they were earlier, because another one like that, and suddenly it's going to be OG that's going to be pushing towards a 20k lead.
It's hard to replicate that fight. Slark didn't press BKB, like, that doesn't come often. So, big reprimand from Team Blink, they're smoked up.
We go. Quick start to the fight to get the jump over towards No-Tail Seb. Into the Astrals. No-Tail alive for now. The global silence as Overkill moves towards the OD. He's going to charge towards Seb first. Then on top of it, Seb will start down to the low ground. They're making it hard for Seb to be picked off. They're keeping the OD alive as Seb's able to stay safe. Gets to the high ground for Carbon. BKB commits in, and there's finally the burst to bring down the OD. See if they can take up Picard. The Abyss was back up. So the buyback for No-Tail. They know if they get rid of Picard, they're going to be pretty safe to move forward towards the next objective, and they can. That's Picard gone. Over towards Wesson. Some safety here with the Shadow round, but MSS trying to stay on top of him. We'll be able to blink out in time. Buyback comes out from Picard as they're chasing out Thompson here on the bottom. Well, in fact, no, Thompson was chasing out SMN. SMN had to run there. Thompson pretty much chasing him across the entirety of the map. From that top jungle down towards the bottom. Blink now, 2 heroes down and out. Roshan, how's the respawn looking? It's going to be a minute. So by the time it's up, Blink will be back up as the full 5-man. Another shaky fight there from Blink, setting the score pretty much dead even in gold. Difference here. OG starting to take the slight lead, in fact.
I honestly didn't expect you to say those words. Like, in the last 8 minutes. These games are so fun. They're so great. I don't know. So refreshing, actually. to have Dota like this volatile, it's been so long. Like, we're so used to the get a 20k lead, 10k lead, close out a game, get a 5k lead, get Roshan, choke out the team, you know? Like, this is some... Again, I've just been casting this entire series just with a nice little perky smile on my face the entire time. But going back to the Dota, at least with Blink, their buyback wise, they've got it on the door, the silencer. No buyback now on Tinker, so it's going to be this 7-minute window now. It's going to be quite difficult for Blink to play with utmost confidence that they have been doing for the last 10 or 15 minutes. And OG, Roshan just respawns, should be able to get it for free. Huge direct advantage. Blink can't really get out on the map. This is a Roshan with Aegis, Cheese, Refresher, and Ags. Are they oh, okay.
They're being careful, OG.
They're being very careful.
They don't want to commit in for the Roshan whilst Blink's up as a full 5-man.
That's a lot of respect. A lot of respect. Back. The reason for that was Blink wasn't pushing out top lane, so they weren't showing any heroes, so they've already had the vibe that they could be smoked out. They kind of half were, but very much defensively posturing. There are a lot of goodies on this Roshan. Either team would love to get the delights.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Doesn't look like Blink's going to be able to set up in time to stop this, though. OG. Damage from no one. Safely take down the Roshan and indeed enjoy all its rewards here. Aegis, Cheese, Refresher Shard, and Aghanim's ready to split between the team.
Who's taking the axe? No one taking it? Oh, we get to see blood mist in a professional game?
No.
Of course not. Give it to Tree.
I was going to say, yeah, give it a MSS deserves it. Let that man start planting some trees.
I was so worried I have to talk about blood mist. I don't want to do that ever in my analyst career.
Dire are scanning for enemies.
War vision. Something they haven't really been able to utilize too well due to the Slark and the fact that Blink have been very aggressive recently, but this will be so annoying for Tinker, because Tinker normally doesn't play with a gem, right? Doesn't have the inventory slot, so MSS one random tree that Slark hasn't been able to doubt out himself. Tinker potentially could just get caught off guard. We already mentioned the lack of a buyback. Quite some troubles now.
Well, I've just seen chat. Apparently, dude, I was looking at XP. You know when I was like, the numbers the same.
Wait, you're looking at XP? Come on!
I was looking at XP.
Wait, I literally had no fight recap on my screen, so I was like, brother,
I mean, yeah, of course. Yeah, chat. I was just trolling you guys. Got you. You guys believe me.
Wait. April Fool? Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Like I'm waiting 6 minutes for that one.
Yeah, they'll get it eventually. Anyway, here we go. What we got here? High ground push here from OG. Let's see what Blink can do to stop it. See here. See who's going to make this move for the wall. And Anku's in. He's going to get outside of the base. He's going to start the fire over towards no one. Getting down to about half HP.
So much spam from both teams. Rockets here, Grasp there, Pugner this.
It's an annoying lineup to push into for sure. Even with this Aegis and Cheese, they've got to be so careful. But Hard doing an excellent job with the spammers Tinker. They'll smoke up. Straight away, the jump forward there on the Thompson. He's caught by the Hex. We'll see overkill straight towards Sam. Anku jumps up with the ultimate, but no one's ever going to keep hero turn on towards it. The bashes are there. Next round, bringing overkill. Continues stand his ground against no one, but that is indeed Bahar out for good. Dead for 2 minutes. And that's going to be a window for OG to do a lot of damage now. 2 heroes gone, and the Tinker being the main one that's out of the game. Overkill also in trouble outside of the base. Any escape for him? Okay, he'll take Thompson with him. Both of them having buyback available. Thompson and Overkill buying back. Okay, no one. That's the Aegis gone. Seb, he's also in trouble. He gets caught by Abyssal and Crew and Overkill underwater. He's trying to force out of the base, but you don't ever get on the high ground. Seb, buyback immediately coming into play. No one pops the refresher. Second BKB. That's going to be Overkill out for good. Same to be set for SMN. And with 4 heroes dead, no buyback. That's going to be the game. GG is called. OG will take this game, and with that, of course, the series. They take down Blink 2-0, knocking Blink down to the lower bracket. They'll, of course, get a second chance in that lower bracket run. And as for today, OG will be the ones moving on straight to the final game they'll need to play.